Hello everyone and welcome to OurVentura. I'm your host today, Sandra Siepak. Our guest today is Oscar Pena. He is the General Manager of the Ventura Port District. Welcome to our show, Oscar. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, Sandra.
We have so many good things to talk about. The Port District provides such a great seaside destination for many residents and visitors alike, boaters, fishermen, everybody across the board. So we would like to have you start out by giving us sort of an overview of all the facilities there.
Sure. You know, we're very grateful that there are so many hotels and marinas. We have a couple of boat yards. Anything that you can imagine in a working harbor is there. Commercial fishing is a vibrant part of our economy. You know, the Port District actually owns and operates the Ventura Harbor Village, where we have special events throughout the year, anything from live music and entertainment and art. We have a lot of groups that want to have their benefits there, whether it's American Cancer Society, other groups like that that just find the harbor a great place as a venue.
And it is. It has a lot of entities to it, which I had learned a lot about.
Right.
And I would like to share that with some of the viewers. One of the best things right now I wanted to talk about was the new beautification project,
right,
which I think is very exciting for a lot of people here, and they should know more about it.
No, absolutely. So many people are aware of where the carousel building is in the center of Ventura Harbor Village. Right. And we've spent about $1.7 million renovating the landscaping, the hardscape, also have imprinted in the concrete an image of the Channel Islands and a little history of the Channel Islands. But I think it was something that we wanted to do to refresh that part of the shopping center. We're going to do other parts in the future, but that was a good starting place. So that'll be the entrance for new visitors and the residents to come in, and I think they're going to really enjoy it. I think there's you know, some sculptures of kelp. There's a fire element. And it's just a great place to hang out if you're interested, and it's open. So we want to invite the public to go and have a great time.
And I think, there's so much to do there. I don't think you could ever be bored coming out to visit over there. There's a lot for every person of every age. So I think, as far as all the things that are going on, many people will enjoy things for years to come. I know that you have a lot of issues also with revenue and keeping the place going. And certainly, let's talk a little bit about budget.
Sure.
Where is the funding coming from to keep everything going so well?
We have a budget of about $8 million per year.
Okay.
And we generate 80% of our revenues from the real estate transactions.
Okay.
So from the restaurants and retail, marinas, hotels, the Port District gets a percentage of everything that's made in the harbor.
Okay.
And from that, we pay for payroll and capital improvements and infrastructure improvements. And our expenses annually are about $7 million. So if we're lucky, we get to put in the bank about $1 million a year.
Okay.
So it's we have about 35 employees, and we get a lot done. But we're very lucky to have the mix of tenants. It's a mixed-use harbor, and we really depend on those businesses to do well, and we support them.
Absolutely. I know there's a lot of infrastructure upgrades as well. The pier, village, marina, and the yacht yard. Can you touch on that a little bit too?
Sure. I'm going to start at the yacht yard because it's under, the restaurant is under new ownership.
Okay.
It's the Rum Line, and they just got plans developed for a remodel. Okay. And they're going to expand their patio. Great food, great service, very romantic place to have dinner.
Very.
And that same operator is going to be opening a new business at Harbor Village. It'll be the BS Tap Room. It's beer and sausage and other menu items. And that's going to be where it's just adjacent to the Green Lawn area. Okay. And hopefully they'll open in the summer of 18.
Okay, good. Okay.
And we also have, H. Parker out of Santa Barbara, who's going to develop hopefully 2 hotels. One will be a 40-room hotel at Harbor Village, And it's going to be a hybrid hostel where some of the rooms will have multiple beds, and the other half will be private rooms, and it'll be a moderately priced hotel. And at the end of Spinnaker Drive, adjacent to the National Park headquarters, which is an anchor to the Port District, with over 300,000 visitors a year in their visitor center. But at that end of the harbor will be a beach hotel, a boutique hotel, and that'll be a little higher priced.
Okay.
And that entitlement process will probably take about 3 to 5 years. So that'll be quite a while.
But
But
lots
it should
of
be
new
very
things.
exciting.
Yeah, lots of good
Absolutely.
things coming up over there. I think that's really exciting. The construction part, I know you're going to also add 300 new apartments over there too. That's a biggie.
Absolutely. And you know, that took us quite a while to get the permits and entitlement, and the recession sort of got in the way. But they started construction in January of this year.
Okay.
And it'll take them 3 years to build the 300 units of apartments, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms, harbor and ocean views. There's going to be a park for the public. There'll be 20,000 square feet of commercial space available.
How nice.
And the first apartments, there's 52 apartments that are going to be available in the summer of 18.
Okay.
So that ought to be very exciting for people who want to have that kind of lifestyle.
What a beautiful place to live,
Oh,
too.
absolutely.
How nice. And yes, as you mentioned, public parks and public launch ramp. Also, the launch ramp was something that I didn't even know about.
That's right.
So.
Right adjacent to that property on Anchors Way and Schooner is our public launch ramp. And so, again, if you have a trailerable boat, I mean, that's the place to be.
Yes.
And it'll provide a lot of services. You can, pick
nice.
up your food and take off on a boat and have a great time.
I think, the addition of the new hotels will also bring in a lot more revenue, a lot more visitors, which is going to be a really big thing for, for your port district.
Right.
I think that adds a great value there. And it is exciting to have some new places to go to there.
It is. It is. It gives visitors an opportunity to, walk around, exercise, recreate, walk their dogs.
And literally, like, as we mentioned before coming on the air, you could park your car and just literally spend days there and then come back to your car when you're going home. So
absolutely, we're fortunate to be so to have the national park and the visitor center in the harbor, and I would recommend to viewers to take a trip to Santa Cruz Island on Island Packers, decompress, enjoy the day, the weekend, whatever. And residents are so lucky to live in Ventura, and visitors who come here always walk away having a great time.
Wanting to come back.
Wanting to come back.
Absolutely, that's true. I did want to talk a little bit about the federal funding that you have for shoaling and dredging. I didn't know too much about this procedure, but it is something that affects local fishing, and it's a really important thing that people need to know a little bit more about.
Absolutely.
I just want to touch on that a little bit.
Well, the harbor entrance is a federal project, which we're lucky it has that designation because we end up getting federal funds to maintain on an annual basis the harbor entrance.
Okay.
And so we work very closely with the Army Corps of Engineers, our elected officials. Julia Brownlee is very supportive and always helps us get money to get the harbor adequately dredged. And so last year when El Nino hit us, we had a pretty serious problem in that there was a great deal of shoaling that occurred, and it flowed into the harbor entrance.
Right.
And we actually had to close the harbor for, I think it was about 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
But fortunately, it was during a dredging cycle when the dredge was already in place, ready to go to work, just had to deal with the weather conditions. But we were fortunate in that we did get the harbor reopened in pretty short order. And we get about anywhere from $4 to $6 million a year in federal funding.
Which is a big help.
Which is a big help, and we absolutely have to have that money. We have a sand trap, which traps the sand coming from the northwest. And it fills up to about 700,000 cubic yards. And if we don't dredge every year, that just sort of runs off into the harbor entrance.
Right.
So I think we do a good job with the relationships we have in DC, and I think the public should be happy that we're so diligent in getting the federal funds that we do.
Yes. One of the nice things about coming to the Port District and the Village Harbor area is, of course, so many great events go on over there.
Oh, there
There's
are.
so many things all the time throughout the year. I mean, I know that the car shows are popular. You've got, you know, a comedy type thing coming up.
We have a comedy
with the
festival.
revenue bringing in, you know, some of these things that are going on is also important. But just coming out there to enjoy, you know, the whale watching and just some of the great events that you put on year round.
Right.
Let's just talk about that a little bit.
We do have a lot of events. You know, our primary season is really Memorial Day to Labor Day.
Okay.
You know, we're not like a big box user that has, you know, in the
Sure.
fourth quarter where they're looking forward to, you know, the holiday season
Right.
for Christmas. You know, really, so we have events all summer long.
Yes.
You know, we have a summer camp program when kids are out of school.
Okay.
During the summertime. You know, we have local entertainers that are here every weekend, weather permitting. And we have a new event that, well, it's not new anymore. I guess it's about 3 or 4 years old. It's
okay.
called Rock on the Dock. And every summer we have someone on a dock that's in the water. And you can only view it from being on the promenade looking onto the harbor. And people just love that, and the entertainers appreciate that venue too because it's so different.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
And so, you know, and I think that, you know, the events really create the experience that people are looking for when they come to the harbor, and that's why we bring them to the harbor, and that's the way we do it.
And there's really something for literally all ages again.
All
we'll go
ages.
back to that, you know.
Absolutely.
Literally, you know, whether you bring the kids or you're bringing, you know, people that are seniors to come in and enjoy some of this entertainment and all the events that you plan throughout the year.
Right.
There's literally something for everybody, which is such a nice thing to see.
It is very
It's
nice.
very nice. And great dining, I must say. I've got to get that plug in for such great restaurants that you've got over there.
Yeah, you know what? We're fortunate that we've had some of the restaurants in Harbor Village for a long time.
Yes.
Andrea's just celebrated an anniversary, so they've been there for more than 30 years. Some of our tenants have been there for a while, and we're just fortunate to have them. And you know, your viewers should go and explore all the exciting retail. And I think we have some of the better restaurants in town too.
Very good. And what a great place to go and enjoy the scenery too,
That's
because literally, I mean,
yeah,
how
so
nice.
if you're looking for seafood, it's definitely the place to go.
Fresh seafood. Very fresh.
Oh,
yes.
and, you know, talking about fresh seafood, you know, we do have a fisherman's market every weekend.
Oh, how nice. Okay.
From about 7 a.m. to 10 in the morning. But you got to get there early, and it's just local fishermen offering their products.
That's good. Well, it's a great economic impact that all this has on so much that you're doing over there. You know, lots going on, and I think for everybody to enjoy, there's just literally so much there that you can't miss out on this. You have to get over there and enjoy it.
One of the things about, you know, that weekend fisherman's market, you know, it's different because we have 40 large purse seine vessels. And they're out to catch the California market squid. And that's one of California's largest fishing industry. And so our port is probably one of the key locations for them. And you know, the last few years has been not so good. I think because of the warmer waters that El Nino brought. And so in the last few years they've been going to Monterey. But during a good squid season, you know, we are responsible in our harbor, those 40 vessels are responsible for catching 30% of the 118,000 tons that the state allows them to catch in 1 year.
Well,
so it's
give
a
us
very important industry for us.
give us the website one more time as we close up.
Sure, there's two of them. One is Ventura.com. That's the government side of our website. And then if you want events and things like that, restaurants and retail, it's VenturaHarborVillage.com.
Great. Terrific. Well, thank you, Oscar Pena,
Well,
the
thank
General
you.
Manager over at the Port District. let's hope that we get lots of visitors visiting and residents alike.
They'd
It's a
have
great place
time.
to go to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you for joining us. And thank all of you for joining us today on Our Ventura. We look forward to seeing you next time. I'm Sandra Siepak. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.